U.S. President Joe Biden delivered a State of the Union address on Tuesday, showcasing the achievements of his 2 years of presidency. But a majority of Americans remained unimpressed and contended that Biden has not achieved much since taking office. A new Reuters poll showed that U.S. President Joe Biden's public approval rating stood at 41%, close to the lowest level for his presidency. A national poll showed 65% of the Americans think the country is on the wrong track, up from 58% a year earlier. According to E.J. Antoni, research fellow at the Heritage Foundation, the average American household has lost $7,100 in purchasing power due to inflation and high interest rates. So while the Biden administration celebrates rising real wages, the reality is that inflation has offset those gains. A growing number of Americans say their own financial circumstances are worsening under Biden's watch. Roughly 4 in 10 Americans say they are not as well off financially since Biden became president, up from 35% a year ago. It was also the highest percentage to report such a sentiment under any president-imposed ABC polls since the measurement began in 1986. The Hill said that during the last year, Biden has been bragging that his economic policies are working. The truth is, when Biden took office, the U.S. inflation rate was at a low of 1.4%. By the end of 2021, that rate had increased about fourfold to 7% and a few months later to 9%. The broader picture is more complicated. After a year, prices have risen at the fastest pace in 4 decades. While the Federal Reserve's aggressive rate hikes have put home mortgages and other credit out of reach for some families, the overall mood is still mixed. Economists and pollsters report with Biden's approval ratings hovering at around 40%. Consumers are reconciling layoff announcements with record job numbers, inflation that is rolling over, yet prices remain elevated, said John Lear, chief economist with Morning Consult. In his speech, Brian Garner, Washington strategist for investment firm Stifel, said people are still anxious, and Biden turned a blind eye to such feelings.